in relation to the liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya from the Chaitanya Chaitanya. So you can repeat after me. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
We are going to read from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, Chapter 6, entitled The Liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And it's a lengthy chapter, so I chose a few verses and then we'll put the verses into context when we begin some discussion. So the few verses I'm going to read is from text 100, where Gopinath Acharya, who is the brother-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, is giving evidence that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in text 100, he says, Prati Yuge Karane Krishna Yuga Avatara Charkanista Hridaya Tomara Nahika Vichara. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Gopinath Acharya continued, quote, there is certainly an incarnation in every age. Such an incarnation is called the Yuga Avatar. But your heart has become so hardened by logic and argument that you cannot consider all these facts. Text 101. So now Gopinath Acharya is reciting a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, but that's given in the purport also. So I'll read the verse. Asan varnastrayo yasya grinatonu yugam tanu sukloratastata pita idanim krishnatam gataha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. In the past, your son had bodies of 3 different colors, according to the age. And these colors were white, red, and yellow. In this age, Dwapara Yuga, he has accepted a blackish body. The purport by Srila Prabhupada. This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 10, chapter 8:13 was spoken by Garga Muni when he was performing the rituals at Lord Krishna's name-giving ceremony. He states that the incarnations of the Lord in other ages have been white, red and yellow. This yellow color refers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whose bodily complexion was yellowish. This confirms that in the past, Kali Yugas, the Lord also had incarnated in a body that was yellow in hue. It is understood that the Lord incarnates in different colors for the different yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali, excepting the color yellow, Pita, as well as other characteristics, the Lord incarnated as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the Vedic of all Vedic authorities. Text 102. He's giving another reference from the scriptures. Iti dvapara urvisha stuvanti jagadishvaram nana tantra vidanena kalavapi tata shrinu. Translation. In the age of Kali as well as in the Dwapara Yuga, the people offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead by various mantras and observe the regulative principles of the supplementary Vedic literatures. Now please hear of this from me. So this is the quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, chapter 5, text 31. So now the verse is given from text 32. Krishna Vanam Krishna Krishna Sangopangashta Parshadam. But it's in text 103 in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna Vanam Krishna Krishna Sangopangashta Parshadam Yajyai Sanketana Praya Ejantini Sumedashana. Translation. In this age of Kali, those who are intelligent perform the congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears in this age always describing the glories of Krishna. That incarnation is yellowish in hue and is always associated with his plenary expansions such as Sri Nityananda Prabhu and personal expansions such as Gadadhar, as well as his devotees and associates such as Swarupa Damodar. Purport. This verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.32 is explained by Sri Jiva Goswami in his Krama Sandarbha, as quoted by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in regard to the explanation of Adi Leela, 3rd chapter, verse 32. And in text 104, and Gopinath Acharya quotes a verse from the Mahabharata, Vishnu Sahasra Namasra. And the verse is as follows. Suvatna Varna Hemango Varangas Chandana Gati Sanyasa Chama Shanto Yista Shanti Parayana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord in the incarnation of Gaura Sundar has a golden complexion. Indeed, his entire body, which is very nicely constituted, is like molten gold. Sandalwood pulp is smeared all over his body. He will take the fourth order of spiritual life, sannyas, and will be very much self-controlled. He will be distinguished from Mayavadi sannyasis in that he will be fixed in devotional service and will spread the Sankirtan movement. In the purport, Gopinath Acharya quoted this verse from the Mahabharata's Vishnu Sahasra Nama Stotra. Om Ajnana Atimirandasya Ajnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Tadati Swapadantikam vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanabhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In 1966, when Srila Prabhupada formed the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, in those very early months, from August onwards in 1966, the devotees did not know much of what Prabhupada was speaking, Srila Prabhupada was speaking. So, Srila Prabhupada used to speak about Mayavadi. But they didn't know who was a Mayavadi. They never heard that term before. And also and Prabhupada, when he says Mayavadi, he doesn't say Mayavadi is more than one. You know? So one time, Srila Prabhupada, in a very affectionate and maybe emotional way, he was explaining in the class to those early devotees who joined him that, this Mayavadi want to kill my Krishna. So, of course, Krishna cannot be killed. But the Mayavadi is what Prabhupada was meaning, is that a Mayavadi feels that God has no form. So how can you say Krishna is the Lord? He has a form. Nirakara. See? So Prabhupada in a simplistic way was saying, this Mayavadi wants to kill my Krishna in a very personal, affectionate way. So, there was an early disciple that Srila Prabhupada knew. His name was Keith. And Prabhupada named him Kirtanananda Das. And he also gave him sannyas later on. He's late now. So Keith was the leader of a gang called the Mott Street Boys. In particular areas, there's a gang. So Keith joined Srila Prabhupada with some of his friends named Howard and Wali. So Howard later became Hayagriva Das and Wali became Umapati Das. But they all belonged to one gang. So they said, on their own, when they heard that, when they said, the Swamiji, he has his Krishna. They don't know who's Krishna. And there's a man named Mayavadi, and he wants to kill Swamiji's Krishna. Like that. See? And we are New Yorkers, we're from New York, and we are a gang, And the Swamiji is very kind to us. He's very affectionate to us. He even cooks for us. He even cleans up after we eat. When we use the bathroom, he also cleans the bathroom for us. Nobody does this like this. Not even our parents would do like this. So let's approach Swamiji and ask him the address of this Mr. Mayavadi. And we will sort him out. Once and for all. Before he kills Swamiji's Krishna, we will kill him. Because we are the gang, we're from New York. And nobody messes with New York. So they came up to Srila Prabhupada's quarters. They came up and they said, Swamiji, that time Prabhupada was not called Srila Prabhupada, they called him Swamiji. They said, Swamiji, somebody is bothering you, somebody is worrying you. So Prabhupada said, so Swamiji said, what is it? He said, no, this one man wants to kill your Krishna. You just give us his name properly and his address, and anywhere in the world we will do something so that you don't have to worry about this man. We're going to kill your Krishna. So Prabhupada said, who is that? He said, no, you mentioned that this Maya is Mayavadi and so on. He said, oh, Mayavadi? Prabhupada said, yeah. And they said, yes, Swamiji, Mayavadi. You give us his address. We will finish. So Prabhupada, he sat back and he started laughing and laughing and laughing. He said, oh, that person. Yes. So then Prabhupada sort of knew that he was speaking things about a person that they don't know who the person is. But he really appreciated that they don't like Mayavadis. Because he didn't like Mayavadis. He said, oh yes, you don't like that person? I also don't like that person. Then give us his address. No, not like that. See? So Srila Prabhupada eventually explained what it means, where they want to kill the personality of Krishna. That Krishna is not a person. You want to kill. But Prabhupada really appreciated them that they wanted to defend Krishna at all costs and finish up these Mayavadis. So here we find Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Although he did some service for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who went into ecstasy in the Jagannath temple, and he stopped the chokidar, the guard, from beating him up. He said, no. And he carefully requested the guard and other persons connected to him to bring him to his home. And he observed that this person is not normal in his ecstasy, but at the same time he did not accept that this person is not different from Krishna. But after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back to external consciousness, he didn't say anything also. Because in these particular verses I read, Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, is not yet to establish that he is Krishna. He is here to teach us how to serve and worship Krishna in the mode of Srimati Radharani. So he's not revealing his form as Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Although later on he reveals to Sarvabhauma, I am Vishnu, see? He reveals his Narayan form. So towards the end of this chapter. So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the humble position not to speak about himself and also not to reveal that he is non-different from Krishna. Because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was steeped in logic, argument, and especially a reference to scriptures. So therefore Mahaprabhu allowed Gopinathacharya, if you want to prove that I am that, then you say. But I am not going to say. So therefore Gopinathacharya, one after another, gives these verses that I just read to prove that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna himself as the Supreme Personality of God. Which Mahaprabhu didn't want to do himself because he didn't appear for that purpose of being the Supreme Lord. See? So one time, now if you look at it carefully, that those devotees who came to Srila Prabhupada and also we all came to Srila Prabhupada and his followers. That's how we are in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Most people in Bharata Bhumi here, they have some association with Mayavadis and they get sort of contaminated by impersonalism. Philosophy, especially in Bharata Bhumi. It's true, it's there. So how is it that all of us were connected to also those sorts of people and then we became members of the Krishna consciousness movement? How is it? And at the same time, these devotees who joined Srila Prabhupada in the early days, they were in a better position because they didn't even know who the demigods are. There's no demigod worship for them also. Demigod worship and establishing it on the same level as Vishnu or Krishna is an offense. But they didn't even know who demigods are. So they started from what is called 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. But if you're coming from Bharata Bhumi, there's a lot of minuses first. Demigod worship is a minus, Mayavad philosophy is a minus. It's difficult. It's difficult. So they were in a more fortunate position in a sense. Like that they accepted that this Swamiji is saying that this Mayavad is not a good person. Let's finish it. But you can't do that in Bharata Bhumi. But then how did we become members and involved in Krishna conscious practices? How did we become? It is simply because when God does not become God, we accept it. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when Krishna agrees not to be the Supreme Lord, then we accept it. Whereas the Mayavadis, they preach that you're not God, then you become God. Other way around. So that's how we have become devotees. Because we accepted Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Where God is not God. Okay, we accept. And then we become servants of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the Panchadana. It's very unique, you could say, it's a very unique way of how Krishna attracts us to Krishna. In the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even besides maybe to some extent Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and the Gaudiya Math preaching, nobody really knew who Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even in Bharat Bhumi. See, even in Bharat. Even in Western Bharat Bhumi side, even in Northern Bharat Bhumi, and especially in Southern Bharat Bhumi, nobody knew the position of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only when Srila Prabhupada went to the Western world and he brought back his dancing white elephants here, how this is happening. Then we also came to know who Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Just for the simple principle where God doesn't want to be God. So if God doesn't want to be God, who are we who are not God want to become God? So that's what is being established by Gopinath Acharya to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And we know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu allowed himself for 7 days and 7 nights to be preached by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Because he didn't want to reveal who he is. Only by the mercy of the devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna did Gopinath Acharya accept. At least, did Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya accept. Because of the mercy of Gopinath Acharya. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says in later verses that, I'm glad you're my brother-in-law. I am glad you're a family member because, you saved me. And it's great to have family members like you. In that sense. Okay, do you have any comments or questions you'd like to ask? I don't see any clock here. Clock. Okay? Usually there's no clock in the back.
It's not generally it is there. It's been painted recently.
Questions or comments? Oh yeah, speak. Microphone. And somebody said Maharaj. Okay. So keep your hand up. What's your name?
My name is Vikramadit Shukla. My name is Vikramadit Shukla, Maharaj. Vikramadit Shukla.
Shriman Shukla. Okay. Vikram Shukla. Yes.
एक वैष्णव क्या चाहता है, समाज को क्या देना चाहता है? एक सच्चा वैष्णव जो प्रभात कृष्ण प्रामाणिक संघ में है.
What does a true Vaishnava want to give to the society? What does a true Vaishnava wants to give back to society? So not this topic, but
Ask him, he understands English.
English namaste?
Yes.
To be a Vaishnava is not a cheap thing. To be a Vaishnava is not a cheap thing. The basic behavior of a Vaishnava, according to the disciplic succession and for us, Srila Prabhupada, is that you must chant 16 rounds of japa daily. You do that?
Yes.
Yes. And also, do you eat any namkeen from the shop?
No.
No. You only take Krishna Prasad.
Last 1 week.
Since last 1 week.
Oh, nice. Last 1 week. That food cooked by devotees and food offered by devotees. Especially grain. Sometimes milk product doesn't go through fire, it's different, but grain. So this is Vaishnava life. Chanting the holy name and only honor Krishna Prasad. Because Srila Prabhupada said that you can test a Vaishnava through the function of his tongue. You know? And the tongue has two functions. It is used to vibrate and used to taste. Vacha Vegam and Jiva Vegam. The urge to taste and the urge to vibrate sound. So if you can do these two things properly and sincerely, without any compromise, then you can maintain yourself as a proper Vaishnava. Hare Krishna. Give microphone to Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Maharaji, Pranam. Maharaji, you just said that God does not show him as God and we accept him.
What?
He does not reveal himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He did not
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna who is not Krishna.
Not Krishna. He came as a
So,
devotee.
God doesn't want to be God. And that's a very attractive thing.
Yeah.
Whereas other way around, materially speaking, with the Mayavadis, you're not God and you want to become God.
My question was that you just said that how did we land up in this community? Though we were worshipping demigods and we had other conception about spirituality, yet we are into this mission. So what is the reason?
The reason is because Prabhupada established the position of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world. All over the world.
But when we really got into contact with this mission or this community,
Oh,
we really
close.
didn't know. We really didn't know who's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes, because
and
Prabhupada
teachings.
came to reveal that.
Yes.
And therefore we joined. And therefore we are not Mayavadis. So impersonalists or Mayavadis can only be saved, come out of being Mayavadi by the mercy of the Panchatattva, and the mercy of the Panchatattva flowed to Srila Prabhupada, and that's how we are saved. There was no other way. Where Shishi Gornitai here, where Shishi Gornitai in Juhu, where Shishi Gornitai in Chopati, just alone in Mumbai and Navi Mumbai, we have so many Gornitai deities, never heard of before. And these are all ISKCON temples. Srila Prabhupada and his followers. It's such a unique, you could say, transcendental trick of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, nobody wants to accept me as Krishna. Fine, I will become something else. So if I show the supremacy of a devotee of Krishna who controls Krishna, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the supremacy of a devotee who controls Krishna is Radha. She's supreme. So he takes that mood and complexion and behavior, and that's how he became. Hare Krishna, microphone this side. What's your name? Leela.
Neil Pavasya.
Pavasya. Okay.
So Maharaji, my question was that whenever I read Bhagavatam, so sometimes my mind diverts and I started thinking.
Yeah.
something else.
See, who's reading the Bhagavatam? Your mind or you?
I am reading.
Then it's okay. function of the mind is to divert you. Divert you is function. But you want to reach Srimad Bhagavatam, right? But when you reach Srimad Bhagavatam, then the mind can follow you. But if you're not reading, then you're following the mind. Simple, huh?
So how can I overcome this
Overcome what?
restriction of
It's like this, right? You see, the more you read Srimad Bhagavatam, and the more you want to read it, then those other samskaras that come from the mind or other activities you do in this current life or maybe in past life, they'll disappear. All the mind is trying to do with you is that, why are you reading Bhagavatam? You used to do this before, do that before, that was nice. The mind is trying to divert you back to the thoughts of self-gratification, material life. That's all. But the more you read it, the less these thoughts will come. And the more the mind will follow you, because you are reading Srimad Bhagavatam and not the mind. You have to continue. You have to continue to read Srimad Bhagavatam. See? Just like it's easy for you to read newspaper, right? You won't fall asleep, right? But as soon as you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll fall asleep, right?
it means my mind get diverted from
Yes. So the same principle applies. The more you read Srimad Bhagavatam, the less you'll read newspaper. And the more you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll have no interest in the newspaper, so the mind will not be able to divert. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati, Uttama Sukhi. Bhakti Bhavati Naisaki. Shantam Svaka. Yes. Next.
My name is Gaurav.
Gaurav.
Singh. The question is, you told about Mayavadi, and we often hear about Adi Shankaracharya, that people say he's Mayavadi. But I also heard that Adi Shankaracharya was the person, he saved scriptures from Shunyavadi. He was the one from Shunyavadi, he made us like we are not Shunyavadi.
So this is described also in this chapter. Adi Shankara Acharya is like a sort of an expansion of Lord Shiva. You got it? Yeah. So what's your question?
So how we can see Adi Shankaracharya as Mayavadi or like how?
No, Adi Shankaracharya is not a Mayavadi, but he's been said to be a Mayavadi by Krishna himself. It's mentioned in this chapter. You see, it's like this. Mayavadis do not believe in the form of Krishna, the personality of God. Yeah. So they need a leader. They need a... Yeah. But that leader is sent by the person. Supreme person. So indirectly they are worshipping a person. Now we'll say it another way. We'll say it another way. So before Buddha appeared, Lord Buddha was an incarnation of Krishna. Many of the Brahmanas in the Brahmin community became contaminated. And because the Brahmin community was held in high esteem and people respected their word, but they misused their position as Brahmanas and allowed the Vedas or injunctions in the Vedas to be changed, especially in regard to meat eating. So Krishna himself did not want to defeat the Brahmanas. He wanted to keep the respect intact. So Krishna appeared as Buddha, who denied the Vedas and preached the philosophy of non-violence or ahimsa. And that was very appealing, but you have to be a very powerful person to do that, and that's an incarnation of Krishna. So when Krishna appeared as Buddha, he could understand that there was many minuses, minus 19, minus 18, minus 17. There's too many negativity of misdirecting the Vedas and misinterpreting it by the Brahmanas. So he had to deny the Vedas, but he didn't offend the Brahmanas. So he minus 19, minus 18, minus 17, minus, and so on. So Buddha brought it to 0. So when they asked him, what is your ahimsa? He said, if you stop this eating of non-veg, meat eating, then you will not get any minus karma, reaction. So therefore it's 0. So by denying the Vedas, he brought it to 0. Sunyavad. You got it? But he had a purpose to do that, sent by Krishna. So after he successfully did that, Buddhism spread all over. Even with Emperor Ashoka. So after he successfully did that, then Krishna sent Sankaracharya. And he said, now you bring them closer to spirit. Now they're denying the Vedas, they're denying spirit. And the Brahmanas has no power there. So then Sankaracharya said, yes, Buddha did nice thing. He said, no more sinful activity. Bring it to 0. Neutral. And then Sankaracharya said, you have to do that to bring it to 0, but there's also 1. Higher than minus 19 is 0. Minus 1, higher than minus 1 is 0. But higher than 0 is 1. So Sankaracharya said, 0 is good, no material activity, but you are 1. You are spirit. Good? After Sankaracharya, Madhavacharya came. And he said, yes, Buddha is right. No material sinful activity. 0. Sankaracharya brought it to the oneness of spirit. You are not material, you are spiritual. But Madhavacharya, you know the famous pose? There's not only one, there's 2. The Supreme Lord and the living entity. 2. Yeah. And after Madhavacharya came, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said 0 is good, 1 is also good, 2 is also good. But there's 3, 4, 5, 6. Gopi Bhatta Parikamalaya, that's the servant of the servant of the servant, unlimitedly on the Supreme. So each one had a role to play in a particular time to bring persons again closer to the true nature and intent of the Vedas without any change. But what the Mayavadis do, they just focus on Sariraka Bhasya, the commentary of Sankaracharya. But that was only for a time, not for eternal time. More comments or questions? Anyone? Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Name?
My name is Gaur Jagannath Das.
God Jagannath. Okay.
Maharaj, I have a question which Mataji asked, very similar one. Because when I see myself or most of our family members also, we never knew about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ever. And when we got connected in ISKCON, that's when we know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even the name first time we heard when we got connected in ISKCON. So how can we understand this, as you mentioned, that we got connected because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
No, we got connected because of Srila Prabhupada made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accessible to us.
Because he made it available.
Accessible.
Thank you. I have one more, Maharaj, can I ask?
And Srila Prabhupada's followers, who Prabhupada connected to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in turn they connect others.
Yes, ma'am. I have one more question for you. And this is about faith. So, in this material world, we generally have, we get trust factor very easily or faith. Whenever we go to doctor, we give medicine, we take it, we believe it is going to get right. We go around. But when we have been reading Shastras and our Acharyas, been saying that Krishna's name and Krishna is not different. We hear that, we understand, but it does not go inside that whenever I'm chanting, actually Krishna is there on my tongue. How to develop that faith now?
You have children?
Yes, ma'am.
Where?
Son is here, daughter is there.
Where's daughter? Hare Krishna. What's your name? Radhika. So close your eyes. Say Radhika.
Radhika.
Which Radhika?
You are?
Which Radhika?
Right now it was my daughter.
So when you close your eyes and you said Radhika, your consciousness went to your daughter, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But she's not with you.
Yeah, she's not there.
Sit down. Have I answered your question?
Thank you.
Simple. Sit. So in order for the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to be non-different from Radha Krishna, the relationship has to be established first. Radhika, stand up. Stand up. Who is this nice girl? Answer.
If I just speak generally, it's my daughter, that's what I would say.
It's your daughter. Now, are you sure she's your daughter?
In this birth,
You sure?
how to be it?
Are you sure she's your daughter, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now, that is the relationship already there. You have no doubt Radhika is my daughter, right?
Okay.
Because the relationship is there.
Got it, Maharaj.
So similarly, when we chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The relationship has to already be there. Then you know that this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is not different from Radha Krishna. But if the relationship, the sambandha is still trying to be established, then you won't see that they're not different. We good?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So the relationship has to be established. Sit down. Two more hands. We'll come to you. It's a very important. 3 hands. Okay. So now, how many of you cook Rajbhog often? Who cooks Rajbhog often? Raise your hand. You cook Rajbhog for the deities? You go to deity kitchen, you cook, right? Raise your hand, you cook Rajbhog? Nobody cooks Rajbhog. She cooks Rajbhog. Eh? She speaks English? English? Give my food. I try to give practical answers to practical questions. Otherwise you go over your head. Krishna consciousness is very simple, you know. Mata, what's your name?
Latika.
Huh?
Latika.
Latika. How are you?
Fine, thank you very much.
Good. So, you have grandchildren?
No Maharaj.
Children?
No Maharaj.
No. Who you stay with?
Brother and brother, sister-in-law.
You cook for them?
Sometimes yes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
I can't ask you the question because you already surrendered to Radha Krishna. Give the microphone that side. In front of you here. Stand up, Mata. You have children?
Yes, Maharaj.
How old?
25 and 20 years.
You cook for them.
Yes, Maharaj.
What happens to them if their prasad is not given on time? What do they do?
They start screaming, Maharaj.
And when you cook for the deities and you go take the offering late, what will Krishna do? He loses his appetite.
Yes, Maharaj.
I don't want you. Your own children will start screaming at you, right? You think this is deity, huh? This is Shishi Radha Giridhari. You think this is like marble, huh? What am I late? This is cooking. This is deity, you know. If I'm 10 minutes late in my offering and coming to, what is problem? Because your relationship is established with your son and daughter, you will not be late. They are dependent on your cooking. Similarly, Radha Giridhari is dependent on your cooking. You have to be on time.
Yes, Maharaj.
But don't say, man, who cares, you know. 10 minutes late, Krishna can eat 10 minutes late. You're not seeing Krishna, you're seeing marble, stone. But you don't see marble and stone of your son and daughter, they'll scream. Yeah? So same relationship has to be there. And when you chant the holy name, that will be there, no different. It's okay. Thank you. Clear? Give microphone to Mataji, she has questions. In the front here.
Can I ask him?
Oh, you already have microphone, it's okay.
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Sir, I am Sasikala Pandit. First, accept my
You're a Panditji.
My surname is Pandit.
What's your name?
Sasikala Pandit.
Shashikala Mataji. Yes, Mata. Tell us.
My pranam to you, sir.
No, you hold it like this.
My pranam to Maharaj, sir.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. My question, I want to know more about Mayavadi. What you want to express by word Mayavadi?
Don't worry about my
Don't worry about it.
Okay, you just come to temple. You have friend, you have devotee friend. Who's your devotee friend?
She is my friend.
Oh, nice. She's going to cook for me tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
So you just come and you come hungry. Every time you come hungry, you tell her to cook for you.
I know. She always is Annapurna for our house.
Huh?
She is Annapurna for our house.
Yeah, she's Annapurna.
Yes.
She can supply so much Anna, grains. No problem. So I'll give you one story,
Yes.
so I understand this. Right? So I used to serve as the president of the Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan some 25 years ago. Right? So, we have Khichdi Prasad we give to the pilgrims. You know Khichdi?
Yes.
In leaf bowl, donut. So to some Mayavadis, we carry one danda, we call it Sri Dandi. But these Mayavadis carry Eka danda, like one single stick. So they came and to take darshan, they don't offer dandavats. They take the stick and they do for Krishna Balaram like that, and you are me and I am you. They don't have obeisances because they don't accept form of Krishna. So sometimes I like to serve prasadam, and then I go and I serve, the khichdi. So we used to, those days, 25, 30 years ago, we used to serve khichdi opposite Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi at the bottom. Now they are counters there. In Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan. You've been there? Mata, you been there?
No, sir.
Annapurna, you take, huh? You're
Yes.
going to take it to Vrindavan.
Okay.
Okay. When?
She has been to Vrindavan.
Yes, I took it to Vrindavan.
Yes.
She's taking you again. When you're taking your friend to Vrindavan?
Next Kartik month we will go.
Kartik month. That's not, she'll leave us in a Ganga Maya, you better go before that, Okay? Quickly, huh? Before end of this month. Alright. You promise, huh? She promised to take you before.
Now I have to go.
So I was serving this khichdi in Krishna Balaram Mandir, then I stopped serving because I saw the 3 Mayavadi sannyasis came. They came to sit for khichdi. So I told the devotee, I can't speak Hindi, so I told the devotee who was serving, when you're serving as they're sitting in the rows, when you come to these Mayavadi sannyasis, you don't give full. You give 1 grain. So we gave the other pilgrims, the nice people, nice full khichdi, like 2 or 3 spoons, in a plate. He came to this Mayavadi sannyasis. He said 1 grain, and he walked past. So the one of them said, "Hey." Pointing to me. He's the main Mahanta, he's president. He told me to do like this in Hindi. He's telling me. So one of them looked at me. Oh. And brahmachari wearing saffron, wearing saffron. And Maharajji, why in Hindi? I said, I don't understand Hindi, so I called this devotee. I said, explain. This 1 grain you want is equal to all the grains in the pot. What? Okay. Because your philosophy is that one drop of water is equal to whole water. So if you take 1 grain, you feel completely full and you should be satisfied. And the other one said, Maharajji, we are Atiti Ba, we are guests, how you treat guests like this? I said, what is this? What is they giving you? They said, this is Bog. It's not Bog. How can you say it's Bog? We're not feeding you Bog, we're feeding you Krishna Prasad. You have to accept it. Because they don't accept Charanamrita. This thing is material. They're not even Charanamrita. So one of them, they got very angry. So I said, in English, and then, why is he getting angry? He should be peaceful. He's a Mayavadi. So I said, eventually accept. At least they'll get full prasad, they'll get purified. Yeah, Mayavadi. Easily you can defeat. So don't worry, Mataji, too much. Okay. Mata, name?
Mani Manjari Devi Das. Mani Manjari Devi Das.
Oh, Mani Manjari, eh? Devi. Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
My question is, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Krishna himself, and in the mood of Radharani, he transcends here in Kali Yuga. So he is Lord himself, and all the Pashikas are there, Advaita, Acharya, Panch Tattvas, but still he stresses they have to stress so much, and Mayavadis on the other hand, they don't know, but in the receiving, why we have to stress so much in the world? Why they can dominate us? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord himself. So why he has to stress so much on this?
On what?
They should be Mayavati, should be on the receiving end, but they dominate us. It's going like that.
Dominate where?
Means they are more powerful than us.
They're not powerful. This small little earthly planet, small little place. This Bharat, this planet, Earth.
I know, but
it's small
when
place.
we go, when we go to preach,
No, this preaching is nothing, it's small place.
so it's better to a bhajanangi or pracharangi. It's as far as we are concerned.
What is your question?
Is why Vaishnavas have to suffer so much?
Sit down. A Vaishnav's enjoyment is to suffer in the sufferings of others. Must I repeat? A Vaishnav's enjoyment is to suffer in the sufferings of others. Then you won't try to enjoy this material world because there's nothing to enjoy. See? So if there's so many so-called Mayavadis around, Krishna is going to increase your service. You should preach more.
Preaching is becoming difficult.
It's not difficult. Because you want to preach to make devotees. That is the problem. Digesting what I said? No, let it go a little down. Manjari. Mani Manjari, eh? Why do you preach?
So that they also feel the same, like what is Mahamatra.
Yes, you want to preach to make them devotees, right?
No, I am nobody to make them devotees.
No,
but at
why
least
you preach?
yes, they make them devotees, but
Why do you,
higher ups.
why do
I
you
cannot
preach?
do it alone.
Why do you preach? To make
To make them
devotees?
devotees.
No, don't do that. You preach to maintain yourself as a devotee.
One more question.
Okay.
Initially, there are 5 rasas. Initially, we all are in Shantaras. So,
Oh, Shantaras.
means we don't know much. We are trying, we are chanting, we are doing everything. But my question is that we have a certain relationship with Krishna. So, it is to be developed, or is it
First,
already
you have
there?
to
and we
have. First, you have to have favorable relationships with the devotees.
Yes.
First, you have to have favorable relationship with the devotees. Then Krishna will come to you. You don't need to go to him. If you have full realization that your life is full of Vaishnava and Vaishnavi seva, Krishna will come to you.
So we are trying to do, we are doing that, but why
You
we are
continue
not
to do-
feeling the same?
You continue to do that.
That's what we are
Yeah.
doing.
And also you must serve those devotees that you don't like. So your dislike will leave you. Now don't go and serve one devotee tomorrow morning. Prabhu, Mataji, I'm serving you because I don't like you. No. You don't say anything. You remove the dislike, that's all. Mani Manjari, thank you, nice questions. I heard there's some drama.
Yes.
For 10 minutes. So we have 5 minutes. Give microphone there.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, what's your name?
Nandi Bandhu Das.
Nandi Bandhu. Prabhu. Yes.
Maharaj, regarding Adi Shankaracharya ji, whenever we try to establish or prove him that he is a Vaishnava,
No, you don't have to do that. Why you want to do that? Why you want to establish that Adi Shankaracharya is a Vaishnava? Why do you want to do that? You answer that question first.
so that they give up their
So
philosophy.
you don't need to do that.
At least to defend ourselves.
We don't defend ourselves.
But then there is an
Why are
argument.
you wasting the time?
To defend my
There's so
faith.
many innocent people to preach to. Why you want to do all that?
But just a doubt.
Why you want to do that? Because you have doubt.
Exactly. To defend.
So you have doubt, and you're saying these other people have doubt and I have to preach to it. Be careful.
I'm not preaching them, but then I hear the different arguments.
Why are you hearing these different arguments? Why are you allowing yourself to hear about this? You should surround yourself by the favorable association of devotees and preach to those who are innocent and ignorant, not those who are atheistic and Mayavadis. Prabhupada asked us to do that like that. Why do you want to prove that you are better than them? That is called false ego. I'm cutting you. I'm cutting you. Me, I'm cutting you. See? Now you still want to fight. See? See? You still want to fight. You stop that. You stop it. You stop it. You become humble. Don't prove that I am such a great devotee. This Sankara writes, let me feast on it.
I just want to kill my doubts actually.
Don't kill your own doubts. This of the Vaishnavas will leave you. You digesting? Is it digesting what you have to do?
Still, yes, Maharaj, but I'm doing that also.
But,
The argument that they gave us.
don't worry about they. There's so many innocent people, there's so many ignorant people who are waiting for your mercy. Focus on that. Don't waste your time. We leave all that to great personalities like Ramanujacharya, Vishnu Swami, Nimbakacharya.
The argument is very
Yeah, leave it to them.
simple, very simple.
Leave the argument to them. You know this Digvijay Pandit, you know? He came to debate with Rupa Goswami. You know this? What is Rupa Goswami? Okay, sign certificate I give you. Yeah. But Jiva Goswami could not tolerate it. We are not into Gyan. We are not into Tapasya. We are not into Vairagya. We are not into Karma. Simply Bhakti. You know, give the microphone back. I did not entertain your question. Why? You say what?
Yes, Maharaj.
Why? Who can answer my question? Keep microphone. Don't think she is Mataji and you can't hear from her.
Maharaj, I feel it is not related to bhakti.
Anything which is not related to bhakti is a useless waste of time and energy. And you only get anxiety, stress and depression. The process of bhakti cannot be, you don't have to prove that bhakti can be defeated. You don't have to prove it. Its own nature of bhakti means it is supreme. And you can't force somebody who's following Sankaracharya or Mayavadi to take to bhakti. You're wasting your time. Just go to the innocent people and ignorant people and help them. So little time we have. They take so much of our time for no reason. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhakti, there's Bhakti Yoga and there's Bhakti. Okay? Yoga means to link with Bhakti. So therefore you get Bhakti Yoga. And when you are still in Bhakti Yoga, you will still have doubts whether this yoga or linking is correct for me to Bhakti. You'll have doubts about Bhakti. But when the yoga falls off and it's just Bhakti, then the relationship is established. There's no more effort to establish a relationship through yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Yoga means to link to Bhakti. We okay so far? Now the next point is, and we'll end with this. Some drama is there.
Yes,
The next point will end with this. And if you take a rest early to rise early, tomorrow's go Purnima. Don't eat late. Now, bhakti is independent and free. Bhakti is independent and free. It is not dependent on any other thing or any other process. But bhakti is only dependent on one thing. Bhakti, unmukha, I forget. Bhakti is only dependent on bhakti. Bhakti is only dependent on bhakti. So therefore, if you want devotional service, you have to go to a person who possesses devotional service. Because bhakti only comes from bhakti. Devotional service only comes from somebody who is engaged in devotional service. So that means associating with devotees and serving devotees who have devotional service. Nothing else. Clear? Okay? Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Purnima Mahamatsava ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vranda ki, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Thank you, Maharaj. Wonderful short class as well as clarifying our doubts. Dear devotees, we will be showing our gratitude towards Maharaj by 3 times chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare